The brown bomber.
That's right. You're dealing with a rock beast here, Infidel. Twitch.tv/conspiracy horsemen. They can't keep us down. I'm unhackable. There is no ban here on the free information, the free thought that we've got going down, Infidels. I can hear myself. Hear you? No, that's not me. Yes, it is me. Yes, it is I, says me. And all who agree are more than three because we're we. Ha ha ha, Sal. Yes, the shit is raw coming at you, Dory. Start to scream out loud. Horsemen's back for more. Yes, the hour's 4. I told you before, prepare for Mike fights. And plus, the Civil War, Infidels, as we watch the breakdown, people shooting each other in the street, Proud Boys versus Antifa, BLM versus who knows, AR-15's popping off. And it's going to be live here tonight. Twitch.tv/conspiracy horsemen. Yo! See, it wasn't me even that time.
Yeah, probably.
It probably was me. It probably is always me.
Definitely.
I got so many things going on, so many things plugged in, but we're pretty plugged in, man. Our horseman chat blowing up steady. Everybody's stooging us off news. We've been live here a lot and at the backup channel for Hameen Media Group when we got banned for partying on my birthday and watching SummerSlam and playing 90s hip hop. Oh, we are the fucking threat to the world. That was going to shut it all down, man. But we got to crank back up tonight. I'm sure these guys are cranked up because we're tired of being on house arrest and we're closing in on 9/9 rapidly. 9/9, and we'll see what level event strikes us. Man-made, where we see a storm front coming into the Gulf. And we've already covered how that's been a complete hoax before, whether it's Puerto Rico or Houston relief efforts exposing the Red Cross. Are we going to see walk, rinse, repeat again? Big Salala, still not Stevie. We miss him tonight. No. So double duty, man. It's big time blue cell order.
Yeah, man. I got to today. I had a little bit extra time. I got to actually sit in on the other Horseman shows. Check out the chat rooms and seeing some of these fucking guys in here again. Don't you guys have jobs? Do you have homes? Don't you people have homes? And just nothing but honestly, I never sat in on the Impact Attack before, and it was fucking great. You guys were awesome. I had a good time just watching, just hanging out, man. It was good shit. But yeah, just this whole everything. I put the news on literally for 5 minutes today, and I turned it off because I said, "No, I'm done. I'm out." I tapped out, gave it my go, but I was done. I just wasn't going to do it. Wasn't going to get in that mood before I came on here today. I want to keep it happy. I want to keep it light. Since we're down a brother, I'm going to try to keep it up. Keep the beat up for us.
Yeah, man. Well, he'd probably egg you on and want the smoke anyway. So we'll try and get there. We'll try and get a breaking sale moment that everybody needs and loves. But it was cool having you in there in the Impact Attack chat room this morning. Even doing it like Sal does, letting them know what's going on. Tuttles, I see you with the pride bits already, you guys, and those Stevie kitties from art buying our custom emojis going down. Pretty cool, man. But you know what else is pretty cool? Keeping us cool right now across the galaxy because there's a new podcast in town, and it's by another Greek who's got a hot temper. And but he's got a hell of a drive off the tee, man. I tell you what, we went out. He took me and referee Sideburns out to play some golf, and he was smashing that ball. But you're going to be smashing on the ones and twos as we get the mic set. Anybody want to crumple some chip bags or slurp into the mic before we get going, just to piss everybody off, so I can get 15 messages about it? No, we're good. Welcome back to the show, GGP. Looking good, brother.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. And as far as I'm concerned, Triple D, I'm proud that you're stepping up and you're doing the podcast or something that you love. Kudos to you, but let's face reality. You can't compare Star Trek to Star Wars. We can't compare the NFO to your Triple D podcast. It's a one-man show right now. Maybe Sal and brother Stevie want to hop on and give you the rub. Sure. Maybe the show will be listenable then. But until then, keep the NFO name out your mouth, son, or else you're going to get got.
Damn, it's on. I know there's a neutral ground on Hameen Media Group for a debate.
It's all in good fun. It's all in good fun. I can care less.
Yeah, man. We see the bits coming in. We appreciate you, Garbex Edge, our brother down there in Louisville, where it's also hot. Woke Smoky BWB. I'm not sure if that's some kind of Pornhub code, BWB. I'll have to look that up, see what's going on that way. And also people.
Brothers with boners, baby.
Going and subbing those, gifting those subs. That's all. That shit's always awesome. I know Paige is over there dancing around in a clown suit, telling you to do it, but we don't have to do that shit here.
Pizza.
What?
I'm surprised you're eating pizza with your wives, with your 439 wives. Guarantee you, all of them are under the age of 12.
What
just like your role model Muhammad.
Come on,
like,
you're not Joe Biden.
Come on,
look, watching.
Come on,
Joe,
how dare you,
Mark, you fat piece of trash.
Jesus Christ! Wow. That's not fancy at all, Sal. That's not.
That's hardly fancy, sir.
But he doesn't even give a shit. He comes right back over the top.
Ya lie, you piece of crap.
Jesus.
Ya lie, you pussy. Ya lie, you fat crap. Let me tell you something about you. You are a hypocrite, and you are a culture vulture.
Culture vulture.
Right now, an Asian guy or Middle Eastern guy because you can't get over being yourself. Piece of shit.
Can't get over being myself, guys.
Not for nothing, but Triple D can do one hell of a fucking UK accent, dude.
Right? Like a UK slow guy accent.
Yeah. Being an overweight jobber, for being a piece of trash, for being nice snacks, yet you're a fat crap yourself.
Wait a minute.
Because you get a six pack, but you can't do that because you eat too much pizza. You piece of crap.
What? Wait a minute.
You say what you will about me. Say whatever you will about me. But you won't talk down pizza. Not today, sir.
How dare you?
Not
sir.
today.
How dare you, governor?
Yeah, man. Did you guys hear the 1-2 punch on Thunderdome? I wanted to get your guys' reaction to this because we deal with a lot of trolls and we have to slap some tits and break Sal when we need to, or GGP catches fire on them and tells them all they can go fuck themselves. And usually we're good for that 2 or 3 times a show. But this week in first level trolling that will now spin out of control and raise ratings because people want to see what's coming next. Sal, I know we talked about it this morning.
Yeah.
I wanted to get your opinion on it. On a SmackDown in SummerSlam, Chris Benoit was at ringside. There was a Saudi beheading video, a KKK rally, Fire Velveteen Dream, people sleeping. How long until we get some page video or something? Yeah. It's coming, right?
Question.
Well, go ahead, man.
Do people pay for their seats and with the? Is it like the ball games? The ball games you could buy a seat and put like a cardboard cutout or somebody.
There's an application thing they have where you put all your email and stuff, so they know who's who and what feed, and then they send you a Zoom, and then you're in on it, and then
you don't have to pay for the seat or anything. So it's not like a money grab.
There is a digital like meet and greet where you get 2 minutes with a star for $125. And then you can download that video. So it's like $125 cameo. And that might give you priority to be down in front. But with Benoit, where the good fucking seats
So for 2 minutes, they pay $125?
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah. I should be charging my wife for 2 minutes of action for $125. I'd be in the Scott Hall big time, bro.
Nice.
That's it's going to be, we were talking about this morning, but it is going to be world-class trolling. Because, just let's all take a second and remember back in the 80s, if you saw one sign in the crowd, it would be like, I love the Ultimate Warrior, or Hulk Hogan, Hulkamania. And it was like the kids spent all fucking weekend making the sign just to see it raised up. And you're like, okay, great. And then the Monday Night Raw Nitro War started. And everybody wanted to get their funny signs in because they got on TV. So then you got the guys wearing the gimmicks coming to the front row dressed as the boys. And then you got, the sign that said, Lisa, will you marry me? Or you got the fucking some dopey sign. But then by the end of the 90s, you saw more signs than people. And even in Japan, they never had signs. They weren't big on signs. All of a sudden, signs flooded the audience. You didn't see the audience anymore. This is exactly what's going to happen with this. This is going to be, how am I going to get over on the WWE? How am I going to get on TV? How am I going to get over to say, okay, I'll bet you $200. I'll get on tonight and I'll put my ass in the camera. That's fucking low level. That's low hanging fruit right there.
Right.
So once that happens, and it has, because they had Benoit on the fucking feed. Like, to me, that's, and they,
what if you're like at one of the, you heard us talk about the Instagram girls. Like, what if you sit there all pretty and they want you on camera and you look like you're just a wrestling nerd or whatever. And then the girl takes her shit off and starts twerking during Orton and Drew out of nowhere. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and she's got like, go to my OnlyFans and that's it before they cut her feed. Like, that is worth it to like blow up the wrestling internet and like make people aware. And how many professional trolls are gonna try and get their attempted shots in this week and the weeks to come.
So how do you know this is not done internally to get spark buzz and just get people talking?
Yeah, I don't think they do the live KKK rally as
see, that's what I found funny, because Ted was saying that Man Beast was going, okay, well, I'm sorry, Matt, he said that the WWE had a response to the KKK rally. Okay, you don't want to talk about the Saudi beheading or the fact that you had Chris Benoit, but we're gonna address those racist shit, and we're gonna address that because that's important. Like, just fucking do what you always do, blow that shit off, and don't put it over. Like, what day one are we in? We're in day one of kindergarten. Everybody, oh, you forgot your pencil and your fucking tissues. All right, well, I guess now we got to start over from day one. Okay, great.
That's it's going to be going into NBA, wherever they have this type of stuff. Like, this is going to set a precedent. You know what I mean?
Andresen, if Ben 3D prints his face, I'll wear it front row.
Excellent. Well, I got to get these babies fired up. I have a thermostat.
You got to get everybody to
Bin
put over
masks.
the conspiracy horseman sign GGP on every fucking screen.
Yeah. And put your cat up in there. That's what Stevie wanted him to do at Russo Brand. We miss Stevie tonight. I see people asking him if he's going to be in here. Just shut up. But fortunately, he's dealing with one of his pets at his last moments, and they had to do the tough thing, I think, today. So said, bro, take the night off. Take as much of the time as you need or whatever as they go through that stuff. So he sends his regards to everybody. But sometimes life is life, man. We'll see what happens. Making it through the whole weekend. They blew that UFC main event again, dude, costing everybody money, going to the judges. It was just ridiculous. Roman Reigns comes back, gas to the gills, bro. That's going to be a big future conspiracy when this Florida ring of growth and test, like when somebody stooges and like so many people are going to go down hard, dude, like hard. So we'll see what happens, man. So yeah. Anything else you guys want to get into before we start? I'll hop over to the Conspiracy Horseman mailbag. We've been kind of neglected. conspiracyhorseman@gmail.com. Some people send some things to Hacker Hameen at Gmail, and I know we get them in chat sometimes as well, or links on Twitter. So
no.
Yeah, run with that, man.
How about the one thing we shared there? How about that directed energy weapon in the California wildfires that was going on? That video was pretty crazy.
A lot of crazy videos this week, man. A lot of crazy videos from Twitter that I shared to the group. So Big Sal and Stevie can see because they're not on Twitter. There's a lot of stuff. Like that cloud that shrunk, that shrinking cloud or whatever that thing was.
And what about the Elon Musk thing? You sent it, and then literally 30 seconds later, I got it from a different source. Same exact story. So like it was all dropping all over the place. But
I think it's gonna be bullshit.
It's been pretty busy, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be bullshit, that Elon Musk thing.
Just relax.
I'll tell you why. What do we have to compare it to? Exactly. How do we know? How do we know he's actually showing us something legit? What is that? Oh, that's the energy weapon. Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, that's the energy weapon. Yeah.
That's
No,
that's
I'm
episode
talking-
496 of Power Rangers.
With Death Ray. Oh, I fucking seen that.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about that's not the BS. The Elon Musk is the BS.
No, he's talking about the
No.
Matrix being revealed in the Matrix.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
because-
we did that too. That's another big one. But like, let's do like, here we are, dude. Is this Adobe After Effects?
That's Angel Grove High School where the Power Rangers go.
You know, is this, you know, something more power lines going off? However, it does look reminiscent.
And gone.
There we go.
Yep. Yeah, it's like a magnifying glass on ants.
How about that? Reminds me of the blue, especially looks very similar to when we had Tommy Dreamer on of what was going on in New York. Now, you know, I just draw that correlation with something I wanted to bring it back to. And then remember when we had the wildfires last year, and they could overlay the map of how they wanted to do the mass transit system.
Routing. Yep.
And that was all Elon project too, right? Now Elon's got a fucking fleet of satellites, and we're seeing fucking blue light, the lasers come down and carve shit out of like, no, this isn't where the street should be. The street should be over here, huh? And fucking right through your fucking condo, and like he's just up on meth in some lab, fucking steering it with some Pac-Man controls or some shit, right? Like,
It's got the old Street Fighter board.
Yeah, what is going on with direct energy weapons, you guys? Take it away, Sal.
No, like I when you said that, I kept thinking of Raul Julian's Street Fighter movie. Yeah, he was going after Van Damme on the Street Fighter console. Yeah, and he was controlling his floating fucking gimmick. But that's exactly, it's like, was it Robotron with the two joysticks, and that's how he's doing. He's just fucking everything up, and they're like, Hans, straight line. He's like, it is a straight line. And it's just fucking all over the city, just whacking everything out.
Like that shit was pretty convincing if it's After Effects. So let's say it is. And they're putting that shit out there as what? Disinformation or something, but let's say it isn't. And this is just exposure of them being like, fuck it, all bets are off. We do what we want now.
It's funny how none of that shit's on the news, though, right?
None.
No,
not even a little.
Not even a fucking 1% of airtime on 1% of any of the news shows that are out there right now are showing anything like this. We have to go get our news from social media. Ridiculous.
That is the more disturbing thing, even though like why and how, like are they doing this for? Is it to really carve out their niche of where they want things to be and is exposed? What do you think about it with that New York City one, with Dreamer, where he didn't have an explanation for it really? It wasn't like when a breaker goes and you hear that wow and all that kind of shit. It was more just the blue light, which that was very similar to what was going down there.
Can we confirm Dreamer was not at that site when that happened?
Yeah, no, I don't know. If
maybe it's him. Maybe they're just trying to kill him.
Kill Dreamer.
They're just trying to take him out, and they're like, "Fuck, he keeps moving."
Just let me know where I need to be, and I'll be there.
I'm there. I'll paint the spot.
Dude, he killed it on Wrestle House this week. That was damn funny as well. Sal, you been watching Impact or no?
Nope.
Dude, you should like go back.
I've been told to check it out because it's
Swinger's great.
Oh, really?
Dude, Swinger's phenomenal. He's the best thing in wrestling. We broke kayfabe on this on Russo brand. Yeah, dude. Like, yeah. Well, I mean, that says a couple things. Wrestling rotten, but Swinger's also kicking ass too at the time.
Just so you know, tonight I'm going to oversell every fucking bit of news we get.
No, you won't.
Stevie's going to work with them locally and start producing character Swinger content. It's going to be the Johnny Swinger internet show on the web is the name of his show.
Wow.
It's going to be him clueless and, doing what Swingman does the best. So kind of his own thing, not necessarily Hameen media branded, but definitely fueled, and happy to take a back seat just to be able to help with good creative like that. So we got a whole list of insider t-shirt ideas. I'm sure you guys will have some awesome ones too, man, but just to help Swingman get out there. He's on Twitter now, so give him a follow that way. But there's going to be some cool stuff coming this way in his pro wrestling store soon. So we're after it, guys. Growing everything around here, dude. Where were we going with Elon Musk's gimmick there with the Matrix? Matrix within the Matrix. Let me see that. Let me bring that back up.
It's horse shit.
Stop.
Why? Okay. Yeah. All right. So this Friday, he claims. Where are we here? Fucking Google's the worst.
Google, please. Google.
They do no evil. From the Independent in the UK. Neuralink, Elon Musk promises to show working brain computer chip for human AI symbiosis. Elon Musk says he'll demonstrate a functional brain computer interface this week during a live presentation from his mysterious Neuralink startup. The billionaire entrepreneur who also had SpaceX and Tesla funded the Neuralink in 2016 with an ultimate aim of merging artificial intelligence with the human brain. Until now, there's only been one public event showing of this startup technology, during which Musk revealed a sewing machine-like device capable of stitching threads into a person's head. The procedure to implant the chip will eventually be similar to speed efficiency to LASIK laser eye surgery, according to Musk, and will be performed by a robot. The robot and the working brain chip will be unveiled during a live webcast at 3 p.m. Pacific time. Shut the fuck up. And Friday, Tuesday night. In response to a question on Twitter, he said that the comparison with laser eye surgery was still some ways off, still far from LASIK, but could get pretty close in a few years, he tweeted. He also said that Friday's demonstration would show neurons firing in real time, the Matrix in the Matrix. The device has already tested on animals, and human trials are originally planned for 2020, though it's not yet clear whether they've started. In the build-up to the event Friday, Musk has drip-fed details about Neuralink technology and the capabilities it can deliver to people using it. In a series of tweets last month, he said the chip could extend the range of hearing beyond normal frequencies and amplitude, as well as allow wearers to stream music directly to their brain. Other potential applications include regulating hormone levels and delivering enhanced abilities like greater reasoning and anxiety relief. Earlier this month, scientists unconnected to Neuralink unveiled a new biosynthetic material they claim could be used to help integrate electronics into the human body. Through the breakthrough, could help achieve Musk's ambition of augmenting human intelligence and abilities, which he claims is necessary, allow humanity to compete with advanced artificial intelligences.
Here.
Yeah.
All horseshit.
It's all horseshit. Well, what happens on Friday then, man?
The horseshit. That's the horseshit. This is what I mean. Okay, you ever see the movie The Freshman with the Marlon Brando and Ferris Bueller? Right?
Yeah.
The whole gimmick of the movie was that they cook exotic, endangered species, and they charge these people like $1 million a plate or whatever it is. And at the end of the movie, you find out it's a big con, and the people are just eating chicken. They don't know any better because they never had this before. So how do they know they're actually eating it? Well, how do we know what he's showing us is electronic, symbiotic neurons working together? We've never seen it before.
Because the presentation is going to be delivered by a chimpanzee speaking Japanese and Russian at the same time.
And sign language as well.
You know what he's going to say? Yeah, it has to be real because it looks so fake, like he said last time. Come on, bro.
That's not too bad of a blowback and on it because – I definitely don't believe about the car in space. Total bullshit there. The hyperlink or hyperloop, where are we with that? And here, this is a side project from 2016 when he was like, AI is all bad, and now you can't beat him, join him, and I'm going to show you the Matrix, and I know Kung Fu.
Well, think about this. Think about what he did. He dropped that seed to make everybody shit their pants because he did come out a little grim with that, and he was like, AI will be our destruction, and everybody went, oh, I got douche chills. So now he's throwing this out there. Listen, guys, I'm going to be our savior. This is the only way we are going to compete with AI. oh shit, you're right, because you were the guy who said AI is going to fuck us. So what better way to fight AI than with AI? You know what? GGP put it this way. It's like, why would God give his archangel swords? Because reasoning and hugs and love aren't going to stop an army.
I understand that. But he's also the same guy who tweeted, you can't beat him, join him. Direct tweet from your boy Elon Musk.
Jesus also said that.
Well, Jesus wasn't putting neural links in people's heads.
Because he wasn't smart enough.
Well, whatever.
Yeah, he couldn't even fucking get. He got beat with nails, like nails.
He only raised Lazarus from the dead. It's okay.
Fucking pasta.
So did Ra's al Ghul. Man, what's the deal?
Fucking, oh shit! Beat him with nails.
A spear. A spear. He says.
He's so fucking good. But yeah, man.
You fuckers wait when Stevie's not here to gang up on me. You pricks.
His name is Stevie Richards, and he has a conditioning and training program.
That's right, he does. He's probably doing it right now as he never stops working out, man. But yeah, actually at Master Shoot Theater this week, it was my birthday, but then the day after is Vince's birthday. So it was obviously Vince's birthday on Monday. And
goddamn, pal.
Yeah, and there's only one thing you're going to wear in this office, pal. And that's your birthday suit. And Stevie tried to get out of it, and then I called him on it. And instead of doing an improv take where he just goes like this, off comes the shirt. So Stevie was in the scene shirtless for 15 minutes after that. He tried to get out of it. Again, you're not going to put any goddamn clothes on in this office. But he's looking good. He's jacked, ready to go, man. So we're gonna have a good time with the swinger stuff, and you never know what that could lead to, man. I'm sure they're gonna have some fucking funny vignettes. Sal, what do you want from Neuralink? I mean, extended hearing. I mean,
think about this. It's limitless. Okay, extended hearing. I'm sure that's not.
What's your price to say? Okay, I'm in. It can get me I think for me, being able to play any instrument, like just be able to download guitar into my head, and now I can pick up a guitar and play like fucking anybody's stuff I want to. That might be worth the price of admission.
I want to power game this because can I get the variety pack where just have because I'd like to mix technologies. Is what I'd like to do.
Okay.
I'd like to get the nanobots to work on the spine while it just regenerates. I can just pretty much do anything. Hit by car, fall off a building. I could just regenerate within the day. That would be great. But now the
nanobots with stem cell technology where they can
absolutely
go
just full of fucking dead babies waiting to get me all jacked up. And Neuralinks, the hearing, that's not a far leap from eyesight.
Yeah, well, you won't need glasses anymore. Absolutely not.
Exactly.
Martin Short will come in behind you and hook onto your eyes. And,
you won't need the sort of omens.
What about testosterone to pump up? Like if you need adrenaline for whatever reason,
go up to
boom,
back.
To come back at the end of SummerSlam. If you need that, you got it.
Right.
You guys are not selling any of my fucking jokes, so fuck you. No more. Fuck yous both. And then you do play the musical instrument. You play the goddamn skin flute, kid.
Yeah,
boom. Wait a minute. Hang on a second. That's a family show.
Yalla, you piece of shit. Yalla, you piece of
that gets spoke so much. Once we get on that jag, like if we're playing Diablo or fucking Call of Duty, that just goes on forever.
Nice.
Just Yalla, you piece of shit.
Yalla, you piece of crap. Yalla, you moron. You think you can knock me up and get rid of it? Expect my reply on Sunday. You piece of crap. You fat shit. You moron. You infidel. Yalla, you pussy. Yalla, you bitch. Yalla.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hang on here. Wait a minute.
How will you fucking stop?
Okay. Yeah, man. I think it is limitless, but this early adoption of sew it to your fucking brain. come on, man. Like, it's got to be, if we're going to do it, I'm down with a nanobot injection to fucking let them go sow themselves to my brain where they're steered there by some machine. You know what I mean? Where you can take a pill with nanobots, and once they're in there, they can be steered and controlled in a certain way. Maybe then they implant, and that's a direct Bluetooth link download for information, whatever you want that way. Is this going to be, by the time where I turned 43 this past weekend, by the time I'm 60, 17 years from now, is this going to be as routine as going to fucking Aspen Dental and getting your fucking teeth scraped, bro?
Possibility. And you know what? It's not beyond the realm of real. So
I just watched Idiocracy too, so I got all this floating through my fucking mind.
Listen. I don't care if this guy does what he says he does with this Neuralink, and this guy can raise the dead, cure cancer. I don't care anything what the pros are. The one con is that if you're connected to the Neuralink and he has the Neuralink connected to his cloud or his hard drive or whatever the fuck it's called, IT, reference, he can do what you want with you at any point in time. You're his puppet. Why would you give someone so much power?
Because your government did, because they handed over NASA to him. He's got the biggest government contract. And if it's going to be USA number one in America first, I was also watching, this has been around for a while, but these guys were contracted to the Navy. Somebody sent to me today, the dudes with the Iron Man suits. Remember when they had like the fucking, squirrel tail things on, and then they were fucking blazing over lakes, and that shit's direct. Like, okay, let's take that technology, beef them up with some super fucking hearing and vision along those lines. We got half an Iron Man suit probably already to go, where we saw that through DARPA, where dudes are throwing 600 fucking pound kettlebells based on what they're lifting that way. Combine all three of those things, you got fucking Stark Industries right there, all in one.
But here's the deal, bro. We already see that this guy puts 100 satellites up in space, and coincidentally, all of a sudden we get all these energy weapons hitting all over the place, and all these wildfires breaking out, and all these explosions happening within 24 hours in different parts of the world. You don't think it's some kind of coincidence? Come on now. Yeah. So you're gonna put
Aren't
yourself?
You glad he's on our side?
No, he's not on our side. He's on his own side. Okay, he's on his own side. He's gonna use some fucking Cobra Commander Destro shit where he fakes the goddamn public, and then he's gonna bring the fucking weather
can't
machine.
Be top guy though, because he flipped on the AI thing. So somebody flipped him. You know what I mean? Somebody. He might be number 7 right now, richest in the world, but somebody flipped him.
Guys, come on now.
How about his weirdo girlfriend too, with the fucking experiments on her eyes to block out blue light? Like they're trying to do things that they know are bad for humanity, and like they're trying to test themselves like they know something. I don't know.
Look, man, I know how hard it was to get a girlfriend to let me try butt sex on her, let alone fucking experiment on her and cut blue UV light out of her eyes. This guy's got to be a fucking champ.
Yeah, well, he must be. He must have the Neuralink already, and he doesn't need the.
What he named his kid? His name is like Click Clack, whatever his name is. He named his kid. His kid doesn't even have a real name, dude. I'm telling you, he's a cyborg. His wife's an alien, allegedly. But I wouldn't give this guy time of day, bro, because you give him all that power. You give him all that power, he'll control the whole entire world just like that.
I don't know, man. Like, here, put it this way. If what you're saying, I understand what you're saying, and I don't disagree with it to a point. But it's kind of like when people are like, "Oh, my freedoms are being taken." They're already gone. You already have to do these things. So you keep saying he's going to take all. You're going to give him all this power. He already has it. He's got the contract. He's got all this stuff. And the way I see it, with as far as Elon Musk goes, do something with it, advance us some way. At least make it make the fucking shit worth it.
Got to give him one sale.
Because in the end, we all understand that nobody fucks with Elon Musk.
Should have made him beg for it. Like he begs for Stevie's weights. He should have fucking made him beg for it. Goddamn race car driver makes a fucking left turn for 3 hours. He's a fucking hero.
Are you
Look
on
at the Dustin
Twitch?
French. No, he
Are
just
you on
he-
Twitch?
No, he
Oh.
just he popped it up over here. Fuck the French.
Oh shit! I was like, oh shit, my man's on Twitch.
I got the Neuralink. I know everything.
GTP running the fucking Johnny Mnemonic Matrix, man.
Yeah, he plays it all in front of him. And how about that? What if Neuralink allows you to do that, where it's already on your eyes, on the back of your eyes, everything that's on your phone, and you can just not have to have phone anything like GPS, whatever.
In for a penny, in for a pound, kid. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it.
Hey, I have my own little conspiracy about something else. You see that video that I think Stevie sent to the chat? That little 4-minute clip video about Moderna.
I sent that. Yeah.
Oh, you sent that?
Yeah. Fucking prick.
Why don't you enlighten everybody, and then I'll hit everybody with the theory. Tell them what the video says.
Well, it's a 4 minute. It's less than 4 minutes, and just listen to the guy narrate it. It's almost like the guy who calls Ben. Moderna. He keeps saying it. I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about? So turns out that a young graduate.
Hold on. Put a pin on it for a second. Justin French, we're doing it out of love. Stop crying like a cunt. All right, now stop it. All right, you have my shirt on and you're heartbroken. You're lucky I'm not in the same room. You'd be fucking anus broken, Greek style, baby. Now stop it. Anyway, go on.
So it turns out that this vaccine that was already been developed and it's coming out, Moderna. And the head of that company was a young graduate from Cornell, Harvard, whatever the fuck it was from. And it was a young 27-year-old Anthony Fauci. So coincidence.
Who was his roommate, by the way?
Oh, I don't know. What's his name? Oscar Madison.
Nice.
But yeah, so it was just kind of a weird little fucking coincidence. But
you're burying the lead, bro.
What's the lead?
His roommate was fucking Bill Gates, and Moderna was was an old company. Moderna was an old company called IB something or others, which was started by Soros. They're all grouped together and funded by Epstein. So my theory is this: the whole eugenics thing that Epstein wanted to get into
Bill
the
Gates
world,
is all for it,
and Bill Gates making those trips to the island. And Fauci probably making trips to the island, and all them being buddy and together. I wouldn't be surprised this vaccine for COVID-19 will have some kind of interaction with their eugenics plan, where it'll eliminate the weak.
Well, this is the first one that mixes with RNA, not DNA. Like is mRNA
allegedly.
Yeah, I mean,
but now how do we know? Because we've never seen RNA.
You never seen Tully and R?
But the thing is, they're not being exposed for what they are. I mean, he's a doctor, but whatever this is, investment wise and the black ops wise, people think that Bill Gates is a computer genius like McAfee.
Humanitarian.
He's not. He's a poker player, a gambling addict who dropped out of college, spent $50,000 on the early software that would later become DOS that he didn't write or code. Sure, he might have understood it because he's a math guy and went to Harvard, but all he did was get the right business people to hire developers and whore that out, and he became the face of Windows. It's not like it's his invention, creation, update, and that he's got some fucking higher level brain. At the end of the day, he's a weirdo, antisocial gambling addict who got over as a business guy on people thinking that he's a creative IBM mastermind, and he's not any of those things.
Do you go to your baker to get your brakes changed? Do you go to your gardener to fucking have your timing belt changed? No. Why? Because they're not in the same fucking field. Why are we taking medical advice from a guy who doesn't know shit about anything in the medical profession? Like you said, he's a gambler.
But that's what they'll turn. Well, that's the thing. They'll turn around and say, "Well, he's done so much medical work. Him and his lovely fucking gargoyle of a wife." So it's like that's the thing. Like he got into. It's like when wrestlers get into acting. It's not like, oh, they were a great actor and they earned their chops and got their. They were there because they did something else to get the foot in the door. So it's the same thing he did. He had enough money where he can go, you know what I feel like doing today? I feel like starting a branch of my business. And that's how, and then it goes into that. He has connections, and anybody could start it. GGP could, if he had enough greenbacks, he could show up at some place and say, hey, I want to rent out your lab and I need a couple of your doctors. Oh, sure. Here you go, sir. They don't give a fuck. They'll do whatever he says.
Well, that's what it's all about, right? Elon Musk is now taking over this whole fucking IT game. This guy bowed out and says, I can make higher percentage returns on my investment in the fucking big pharma game in vaccines, 200% investment. He invests $10 billion. He'll end up making $2 trillion and be the first trillionaire ever. And everyone's like, oh, he's helping the world. Ungats. He ain't going a goddamn thing. He's fucking fugazi with fucking glasses on. That's it. Fucking all these people in India that died from the vaccine and 40,000.
Snopes said no. Snopes said it didn't happen.
Yeah. Well,
they said it didn't happen.
I'm glad you brought that up with Snopes or the Leonard Posner. Let's scrub the internet, because Stevie, even though he's not here tonight, is the one who to voice his opinion. He's kind of been on this because, all right, so here's that video with Moderna and Fauci and Gates and Soros, like you said, funded by Epstein. The eugenics puzzle piece fitting in there. We heard Epstein wanted to create like what, a whole eugenics race of himself, of like the top of it. And so how many of those little Hitlerian Argentina projects are out there? How many Epstein spinoffs are out there? How were they involved with CRISPR technology and doing multiple parents that way? We've got no Ghislaine Maxwell update yet, taking off suicide watch, all quiet on the Western Front as we approach 9/9.
Sure, exactly. There you go. There's the game plan. She'll be taken out around September 8th, September 9th. All focus will be on her, and nothing will be on the Wicked Witch of the fucking left and her court date.
Could it very well, highly could be. Do we think, though, that there is, if it's Fauci and Gates and Epstein, and they're all Soros and so's Hillary Clinton, like his little class, the kids, how I'm the class of Rip Rogers, right? Like the sons of Rip, they're the sons of Soros, and like and they are all in on it that way. Is there some triple parent kid that they created in a lab with the jizz of Epstein, Fauci, and Gates all in one thing? You know what I mean? Some twins, fucking DeVito, gimmick, the fucking Schwarzenegger twins movie. Like, they laid it all out there right there, and now we are at that point. And dude, how many Epsteins are out there? Is there 1,200 Epstein kids out there?
Could be. Could very well be. Who knows? Iceberg, Greenberg, all the same thing, dude. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. We'll never know. All he has to do is fucking inject all that shit in a sperm bank somewhere. Boom. All these all these freaking
how about that?
Catcher moms out there will fucking inject to get their kids. They'll be good to go.
People are already fucked off by the RNC thing going on, but the week before with the DNC, there was that little drop with Bill Clinton that supposedly Ghislaine Maxwell took the photo where they're in the private
massage
airport. He's getting a massage from the 22-year-old broad, like on the day of the DNC, the day after he endorses them and shit like that. These little games that are happening, dude. Do we think that all this will get tied together before 9/9? So
no, not at all. It's just the fact that it was out there, it's gone already.
So, question: she was a 22-year-old girl giving him a massage,
right?
Yeah, people giving him shit about that. I was like, "This, good for you. She's 22. It's okay. She's over 18."
And that's the thing, man.
But maybe she'd been a Soros girl since she was 17. That's the fucking thing, dude. She's been trafficked.
But here's the thing, man. And I am not sticking up for Epstein. Please, fucking chat room, just take a fucking breather before you jump on it. This guy, they threw everything on him on this Netflix bullshit. Okay? So the Netflix thing just kind of redirected every bit of fucking heat of this energy weapon at Epstein because he's dead.
Is he?
So, yeah. But so everything is at him. Everything was this, that, and the other thing. If you look at it, the guy was smart. He ran it like a business. He sent all these chicks to massage school. He sent them for schooling class. Like it was all a professional thing. You know what I mean? Like he treated it like a business because he thought he was smarter than everybody else. You know what I mean? So people look at this and they say, "Oh, a child."
Jesus Christ, fucking Justin French. Make a right turn into the wall next time, please.
Just one good right turn. But again, this is what happens. This guy thought he was smarter than everyone else. So people turn around and they say, "Oh, he did this to children." He didn't do it to children. And all I'm going to say to you is, guys, when we were 17, what did we do? Did we consider ourselves children? If somebody would have offered us money to go to school or do something like this, would we have took it? If they gave us a job?
Dude,
I'm gonna say personally, because you know what? I'm gonna little behind the kimono here for you. So I took jobs at 17. Okay, I collected money for people. I did stupid shit when I was 17. Above board? No, it wasn't.
Hey, Sal, go get me a beer.
It wasn't that. It wasn't. But I wasn't a child either. I was a minor. Was I a child? No, I wasn't. So that's all I'm gonna say. I don't want everybody to fucking jump on and be like, "Oh, whatever, dude, whatever." You guys know what I'm saying. The fact that he turned around and ran this like a business, he thought he was never going to get caught.
Why are you always
because he thought he had protection?
You were a 17-year-old bagman for the mob. Like,
what happened?
Why do you never want to just say the words? Like everybody knows that you were a 17-year-old bagman for the mob.
Listen, just because my weed dealer disappeared, don't fucking get crappy.
His name is Sally Bacala. He used to watch
Don't get crappy with me.
He's like, I used to pick up money. I'm not going to go into it. Like, for who? I got to go pick up money like at the laundromat for him. Like, what the fuck do you think he's doing?
On the corner of 243rd Street, right next to Bambi's. I used to go over there. There was a rubbing tub. I used to go get the fucking 10%.
Oh, they sent the big kid over this time. Fucking hey, you better pay him.
You'll break your fucking thumb.
Because you know why? I'm not gonna pretend that I'm like, oh, I'm above this. I don't do fuck that. I've done stupid shit.
Okay,
and I wasn't an adult.
Now, let me time you out there and put this in perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Were you going to do pickups and drops for Chris Tucker, for fucking Bill Clinton? Like, it's not like, oh, I'm going to put through school and I'm going to the casino to work a massage job. Like, these girls are being picked up, recruited through modeling agencies that are
maybe if I was better looking, I don't know.
Maybe, but like straight out of, and they're getting maybe real modeling gigs, but that's all
right
just to get them closer into the circle. Once you put a little money in their pocket, they're going to think they're over, and now they're in it at a cheap cost, and then 3 years later, you're given a retired president fucking back rubs. Like at 17, I wasn't hanging out with, sexual perverts who were famous on TV. I had to wait till I was about 28 for that to happen.
So let me just ask you a question then. Let me ask you a question and say, so if you were 17 years old, what were you doing? What job did you have when you were 17?
I was working the parking lot at Eddie's, drinking lemonade and vodkas while we were parking cars.
Right. Perfect. So some 45-year-old broad comes up to you and she's like, "Hey, sexy."
Chainsaw, you're here.
And she's like, "Look at you drinking your lemonades and vodkas. Here's a Fitski." And she hands you $50 to come in her car, park my car for me, and then park it right in here. You're going to do it. This 40-year-old is going to fuck this 17-year-old. And you know what? The 17-year-old is going to be like, fuck yeah. For a $50 bill, I'll do it. Yeah, sure. So, again, are you a child? Did she fuck a child? Did she steal your innocence? No, you were fucking drinking vodka and lemonade in the parking lot, you cocksucker.
Yeah, I smashed.
Well, listen, let's be let me play devil's advocate here, okay? Even though Bill Clinton was getting rubbed down by a 22-year-old, and you have a valid point, she could have been in the system, and down at fucking Epstein's NXT since she was 16, 17, right? Hold on.
She's
that was a good one.
I deserve that. This one's brought to you by bourbon. Yeah.
Now listen, all the stuff that happened on the island with all these world leaders and CEOs of Fortune 500, allegedly a lot of these were like young kids. like 10 years old, like 7, 8 years old.
Dude,
Like
these kids from fucking Dominican Republic got to live somewhere. They might as well live in paradise with Epstein afterwards.
I mean,
the
look,
foundation found them all safe homes.
listen, I mean, the story that I sent you guys where the guy who was a bodyguard and made that testimony before he allegedly killed himself said that Roger Stone was catching some freaking head in the with a bull mask on in the freaking garage shack on one of these.
Best way to fucking do it.
You know what I mean? Like, and then everybody with the bull mask on, God forbid they came into you came into the peripheral, they'll be making a left turn like Justin French in your mouth, so.
But yeah, but like I said, and again, I'm not trying to okay anything Epstein did. I'm just saying the shit he did, the 22-year-old massaging Clinton, it's shitty, and you're like, oh, nice morals, Dick. But honestly, it's nothing to fucking cry about right now.
By the way, Justin
so
French,
much worse going on.
Justin French is trying to get himself over, saying when he was 21, his girlfriend was 39. That's when he got laid. Listen, your girlfriend wasn't 39. She lived in Canada with your other make-believe girlfriend. Stop it. Please, stop it.
You guys know a lot about Justin French. Jesus Christ.
You keep popping it up on the screen. I'm reading it as he's talking.
He's got to follow up. Yeah, man. Neuralink.
Well, okay, there you go. There's another one. What if they turned around and they made it for more mundane reasons? So that's what I'm saying. Like, so now you're an old man. You're a Hugh Hefner type. You're that sort of thing.
Come on, dude.
You're aging.
43.
So you're an aging guy, and with this Neuralink, now you don't need a blue pill anymore. All you got to do is boom, you get your fucking boner now, because your shit's gonna work.
Yeah,
so
but that's not the point.
Now it becomes almost a fashionable thing where it's not for like utmost medical reasons, like, oh, it'll keep your heart moving, like you won't need a full pacemaker anymore. You can just have the shit going through, or whatever the DD, whatever the problem is. But now it's a situation of, what if people with the money can afford it for the less, for the less medical reasons, like, maybe it'll help with your boner, maybe it'll help with your whatever. So now where are we? Are we not going to let people do it because well, sir, you don't really need the Neuralink, but you can afford it, so we're going to let you have it.
Listen, all I know is that Real Plaga just told Justin French he has his back, and Justin French is drilling because he said he said he was going to have him from the back. So
46 in Canada years equals 28 American.
Maybe you need Neuralink to get a boner in space because your boners get atrophied, and that's one of the first things that it takes care of.
So
you'll be parking cars in space.
But here's the deal, guys.
You'll be looking at them going, is that a Ford symbol on that one? No. It's
screaming and yelling from another space.
They can't hear you. You scream in space, you'll be fine. Listen,
you won't be able to hear them because you'll have enhanced hearing from Neuralink. Now you can't hear you when you
guys ever see what was that movie called? The the gentleman. No, what's it called? The spy movie.
Return of the Jedi.
No,
the Kingsman.
Kingsman, yeah, Kingsman, right? Remember how everyone was fucking brainwashed because of those cell phones? Remember that what's his name? Samuel L. Jackson's character gave to the world for free, and everyone had them.
Right.
And
right.
Then all of a sudden he gets some bomb phone, right? And all of a sudden the frequency comes on, and they all go psycho. And they all started killing everybody. Who's not to say that that's exactly what's going to happen with Neuralink? See, now, if it was a piece of hardware that wasn't connected to an external software or an external cloud that a third party can hack, then I could say fine. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I hope it happens. I hope that happens.
Oh, God.
I hope it happens. It'll give me a reason. Then I'll be like, oh, I went fucking nuts because the Neuralink. They're like, sir, you don't have the Neuralink. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry.
Better get me one then.
You better get me one, motherfucker, because I'm fucked up. So yeah, I don't know. Here's the thing: you could have said this about the pacemaker. You could have said this about any medical advancement we've made. Yes, you could have. Because pacemaker. What if somebody could just take a garage door open and shut your pacemaker off?
All right. Touche.
Let's see. I wanted to get to a little Australia.
Yeah.
How about wait, time out. Before we go down under, like Justin French.
What?
What about what about speaking about Netflix, right? When they all went in on Epstein, how about their new thing, Cuties, where they were fucking?
I don't even want to give them. Yeah, they tried to put this over. Sundance Award-winning film festival winner, where we try to mold 10-year-olds watching World Star and twerking. They realized their dance dreams as a twerk team 2020, and now they're on the road with short shorts on. It's the 11-year-olds that you didn't know you needed sexualized in your life. It's the cutie.
Disgusting.
No.
That Obama and his wife and all the lefties are on the board over there either.
Dude, Netflix is trash right now. They are giving. There's a new show, Hoops. It's like the spin-offs to the spin-off comics. Ron Funches is on there. It's like the friends of friends of Rogan now. The shit is.
I thought it was about a Puerto Rican girl's earrings.
Dude, it's so bad.
Family earrings, at least
in the background, drunk parents with Alec Baldwin and the one fucking Latino broad and everything. And dude, brutal. Like they are just giving fucking green lights to every shit thing. There isn't one thing on there that's even remotely quality, man, to stand up against it. And then you're gonna get this type of shit where top 10 in America today, cuties, right? And your little daughter watches it and wants to do that. Dude, now we're off to the races. And fucking
it's like living the Bratz dolls.
So did they pull it? Did they? Yeah, Trailer Park Boys is about the only thing that's decent on fucking Netflix, man. Even you can usually search John Candy or Bill Murray and get some fucking decent movies that way too. But pretty much everything they produce or greenlight is shit. The comedians they pick to do stand-up specials, it's bad, dude, real bad.
Listen, man, I watch Heart of Dixie
on
fucking Netflix. Oh yeah, I watch Heart of Dixie.
Oh, I thought you said something else. Sorry.
What'd you think I said?
Hard Dicks. I'm like, what?
I watch Hard Dicks on Netflix. What am I, fucking Justin French's house?
Is that the new show? Is that the new little boy show to rival Cutie, Hard Dicks? Where
Hard Dicks. It's about Andy Dix going to drill camp. He's going to Andy Dix, a drill instructor in the fucking army.
It's the Tough Enough run by Andy Dick.
I'm gonna call you Benjamin.
Yeah,
I want you to drop down and give me 20 right here.
Okay, you better get off me, dude. Go down to the front.
You better get me off, dude.
With my ATM card and just tell them you want $300. Yeah, dude.
Can I just swipe my ATM card down your ass? Yeah. That'll be fun.
What the fuck?
God. Hey, what about that new law that just passed in Australia? Since we were told we were going to go to Australia, is that what you wanted to go into?
I have an email here, and unless you want to lay something out first, man, by all means.
Oh yeah. I sent it to the chat today. Allegedly, there's a new law passed in Australia where people who are victims of pedophilia crimes, after the person gets convicted, they can't come out and talk about it. It's like almost like an NDA. And if they do, they get penalized. They have to pay a fine. It may even get
penalized.
The actual victim. Yeah. Ridiculous.
I don't know what's been going on down under, but it seems like they went from really not being affected by the propaganda. We've talked about this. Like they lived a normal life. They were kind of stuck in the 80s and 90s all the way up till about 2010. And then something flipped the switch and they became the testing ground for all the craziest shit at breakneck speed. And they're like, we at least got slightly groomed. They got 15 years of propaganda dumped on them in like a 2-3 year time period, and like you will comply.
They got fisted like Justin French on a Wednesday night.
It's because Lethal Vendetta broke up.
That's right.
And Brent Logan did put out, he's like, mate, I've been missing doing shows. Even at my last show was Lethal Vendetta's last show, but I had a great time. Hopefully we can get back on stage again, mates. And he had on the Eric L. Kent version of the Conspiracy Horsemen shirt, rocking the fucking money. So we're everywhere, man. That shit gets us pumped up, dude, because we forget the reach we have. But this is from Danny Fitz down there. Down where?
Down.
Hi, fellas. This one's for Stevie. Well, Stevie's not here. just wanted to clarify a few things you said about Melbourne Rona lockdown. You're allowed out of the house for 1 hour a day, 1 hour a day for exercise. You also need to be wearing a mask or you'll get a fine. Having said the 1 hours are not really enforced. One person is allowed out at a time. Any amount of people can leave at once, but you're right, only one for shopping. You can leave for work if your work is still open. Having said that, again, the limit of times per day isn't really enforced again. Also, the other states are a lot more chill, especially the northern territory. Lucky for them. Now, don't get me wrong; it's a pain in the ass, a pain in the arse, and unnecessary. But road arse. But fun fact: I checked the Australian Bureau of Statistics, and you're twice as likely to die in a car crash as of dying of Rona in Australia, even during lockdown, January 2020 to August 2020. My bigger concern is that lockdown cost the state of Victoria $2 billion a week, according to the Australian Financial Review, July 7th. But no one talks about this in the mainstream news. What it's going to mean in 4 months when our bushfire season starts, and there's literally no funding for the fire departments or the other disasters for that matter. Yeah, remember the fucking Australian fires that just happened to put themselves out of nowhere? Cunts fucked. The cunts fucked. People are shitting their pants because 350 people have died out of more than 20,000 cases. One of the top newspapers in Australia ran a front page story that 33 years ago, all died, but turns he's the only one under 40 to die and only 2 more under 50. Anyway, that's life from down here at the moment. Cheers. But then he has an update. Yeah, update paragraph. So that was August 12th. Here's August 19th. So this past week. Just an update on Australia's situation in Melbourne. Our premier stated that stage 4 lockdown, you can't leave your house after 8 p.m. You can't go more than 5 kilometers from your house. In addition to other restrictions, can't leave the house except for food, work, exercise, and emergency. This was based on hundreds of people not staying at home when they have been tested positive. Quoted Victorian Police Commissioner Rich Nugent just had a press conference today that stated the coronavirus 42 fines have been given out of thousands of investigations, and the rest had legitimate reason for leaving their home. It's getting more painful to watch each day, mate. So we saw that. We also saw the Stasi showing up at that guy's house because he said he wanted the politicians to hang. And they're like, how do we get this off of there? Well, you fucking can't. Well, why not? Why are you talking like this? Well, I think they're fucking globalist cocksuckers who are selling us out. I don't think that's a good way to talk. Well, who gives a fuck what you fucking think is a good way to talk? You peaked when you were playing high school fucking soccer, and now you're a fucking door-knocking cocksucker who comes to ask what's on my Facebook post. That's your fucking life. And then
here's the thing, man. You're forgetting.
Well, you think you should take it down, mate? I should take you fucking down with your own taser to the fucking balls is what I think.
See, here's what you're missing though. That cop is still a fucking crazy Australian. So like you're I know like how we laugh. We're like, oh, you peaked in high school, jerk off, and now you're a cop. These are still crazy fucking Australians. So, even that mild little fucking guy. All right, now I think everybody should just take a break. He will still fucking eat your face because he's a crazy fucking Australian.
He can eat the end of my 20 gauge. So if he comes telling me to take things down off of Facebook, bro, that's what he can fucking eat.
Well, the Australian government, they've renamed the all-back spider Corona. And there have been 55,000 more deaths since coronavirus has come through again.
What if I want to go put another shrimp on the Barbie? Are they going to fucking give me a ticket?
Only one shrimp at a time on the Barbie allowed.
That's not a knife. Now this is a knife.
We've also named knives and bullets Corona.
Dude, let's tie in the beginning of Corona. Where was the first fucking celebrity tie-in?
Big Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks and Rita. And where were they? They were down on the beach, down under them. He was getting a little down under Justin French, I heard, giving him a free willy, a fucking, letting her go.
I like to see his blooming onion right before. I said, could you say that line for me again, Tom? Tom, could you say it for me?
Oh man. But dude, and then and now he's going to Greece after coming back, getting escorted off the plane. Like I say, Australia and what they're tapped into and being the litmus test for lockdowns on, I hate to say this, lockdowns on how far you can push white people. It doesn't seem like we know they're crazy, and if we can push them so far, we can probably get the Midwesterners locked down. But then this week they couldn't get the Midwesterners locked down, and we have BLM versus local militia. We have Proud Boys versus fucking Antifa. Antifa up out west over Proud Boys, but then in the streets, I guess they labeled it BLM. Who knows? This dude fucking, they drill him with a skateboard. They're charging the guy with the fucking gun. He blasts dude in the head. Down he goes. I heard somebody got shot with the AR-15, blew his fucking arm right off pretty much, bro. Like,
was that 17-year-old kid who shot the two people?
Yeah.
And he was a police kid. He's a police cadet. Like, he was like one of the junior cops or some shit.
Sorry, can I just time out here? I got to ask the question. I want you to go off this, both of you. We look back at history, 1776 or 4, whatever it was, in Boston, when it was just these little skirmishes in the street, and they break out the blunderbuster and the fucking long musket and whack. You know, that's what starts that shit.
Right, but that was that. Okay, but you see what you're comparing. You're comparing.
What were the first shots fired in fucking the Civil War? Is what I'm trying to figure.
Yeah.
You know, what is the catalyst event? Are we seeing this again? Man is a fallible, stupid fucking primate animal who refuses to learn from their mistakes in a 40 to 60 year cycle. And here we are again.
Especially when they're led down the chute. They're led down the chute and there's no other way to go except forward, and there you have it. Once you're going down the long walk, there's no turning back. So at this point, when you're being run down run down the chute, you got to keep going forward, and there's nowhere else to go. So that's when you're going to have the big clash, and that's when when that happens, the very first thing I heard was a gunman with a long rifle shot into protesters. That is how it was reported.
Of course.
And then you sent the video. You sent the video to the chat this morning. There was not an assailant with long rifle shooting into a group of protesters. These fucking pack animals ran on him. One of the guys said, "Get him down." They said the words, "Get him down," and my man shot. Eat a dick. All of you who took the bullets, good. You took the bet and you're like, he's never going to shoot us. Oh, guess what? Yeah, he did.
They're in some
good for you.
They're in some delusional world star hip hop moment that it's going to be a fun. Oh, I hit him with my skateboard and he got sunned, and that they think.
And here's the word.
Not.
I hate to do this. I hate to speak disrespectfully about the dead, but I don't care. Nobody's going to remember your name. I don't care how much Facebook wants to get a GoFundMe page for you, or all these people are going to say what a patriot you were for trying to stop this Nazi with a long rifle. Okay.
Nobody remembers names who were, aside from real historians who popped that shit off in the 1700s.
That's what I'm saying.
So
nobody's going to remember this schmuck with the skateboard who got shot in the chest for trying to protect protesters, is how they worded it. And I went, wait, what?
You know, it's funny.
I saw the video.
You have all these protesting situations going on. It's allegedly reported as peaceful protesting, right? With all these fires and property damage and all these people getting beat up and jumped by all these protesters who are a bunch of bitches and punks, in my opinion. And then you have protesters who are protesting pedophilia, peaceful protesting with signs, just standing there, hashtag saved our children.
Nothing.
And they're getting locked up, and they're getting shunned away as the enemy. So trying to protect people against pedophilia is a bad thing, but causing anarchy, violence, and chaos is looked upon as peaceful protest. If you people out there don't realize there's something wrong with this world, then you guys are fucking retarded, and you guys need to fucking wake the hell up and take the red pill, because let's face reality. I don't care what side of the fence you lean on, left, right. If you're causing chaos and anarchy and destruction for the name of whatever cause, and you're harming innocent people and small businesses and property damage to homes and automobiles, you're not doing anybody any justice. You're not doing a good service. You're just adding more fuel to the fire. And then we know they're getting paid to do this through Antifa and Soros and all these other people, because that's what they want. They want the disarray because it's a distraction. But regardless of all that, I don't understand how people cannot see through all this shit and just let themselves be hypnotized by the media and the left. It's ridiculous. It's utter ridiculous. Look at the Chicago mayor, Lightfoot, or whatever the Beetlejuice looking lady her name is. Oh, peaceful protest until they got on her lawn, until they got by her house. Then she put the fucking kibosh on it. Same thing with the Portland mayor. And guess what? 90 days straight, Portland has been having all these protests and all these all these fucking riots going on and all this. Who's going to pay for all this fixing? Who's going to pay for all the reconstruction? You think that the city is? No, they're going to reach out to the federal government for funding. And where's that going to come from? Our taxes. Wake the fuck up, guys.
I don't know what we're going to do prison planet-wise with the social score and what's coming next, man. But I think Australia will be the next one to feel the grips of that. And like we said, money being gone, paper money, the whole nine as far as that goes. If they're doing the testing ground for that and the vaccine, probably, I wouldn't doubt Moderna sets up shop there. Should we be investing in Moderna? That's a fucking question too. Just to use the money against them, whatever it is.
What was that thing that I sent you? The trials. This guy, the doctor saying that they have.
With the drug that's been around for X amount of time, combined with zinc and one other round of a drug, pretty much cures COVID within less than
48 hours.
Yeah.
I forgot the name of the drug. It starts with an I believe. But did we hear that on the news? No. We don't hear anything. And they have hundreds of people, thousands of people that have been cured with 100% accuracy. Nothing on the news. Nothing, not one bit.
Here's one from the conspiracy horseman at gmail.com mailbag from Doug Fox. Appreciate you, man. I know it's been a while. This is back July. And I think we should do a show on this. We might have scratched the surface on it before, but this is interesting. I'd like to do with this as an off-topic show. On my phone, in the YouTube app, pops up a video for the life and times of Alfalfa from the Little Rascals, the person. Of course, I wonder, A, why would anybody do a biopic sort of thing on him? Well, there's plenty of reason. B, why anyone born in the last 4 decades would care. 3, why were the Masonic symbols plastered on his tombstone? Not to mention his age, all of 30, whatever. Of course, I did not click on it because it seems all too suspicious for me. I certainly didn't want my phone being pinged. But one must wonder if there was something to his death at such a young age, or is it just clickbait for the government? Look into it for me, guys. Thanks, loyal listener Doug. Definitely will. I know I've heard other things with about Spanky and Justin French as well. So there's plenty to look into, and who knows, with maybe they were the original pedo ring of Hollywood. You know, they're
the Hal Roach Studio kids. You think?
Yeah, dude, maybe right at the early age. You got to believe it went on to some degree.
Of course it did, but just.
So, but we'll look into this. The secret Illuminati connection of the Little Rascals. That's an interesting show topic for me. But I did.
Oh my God!
I did assign. Sorry, I'll let you go because I'm going to pass it to you. I did have some questions. Sal, you did some research for us on aliens actually being octopus or squid-like, and how that plays into the Lovecraft. And let us know what you think or what your aha was there on the Little Rascals.
Well, the Little Rascals, Petey had the fucking painted circle around his eye.
There you go.
That wasn't real. That wasn't real. That was a painted gimmick around the
maybe
dog's
Petey was on the adrenochrome and he had the bruise.
Oh shit! Maybe that's what happened to Farina. Remember, Farina disappeared and Buckwheat showed up.
Green Applebaum.
Froggy seemed like, a little too old for his age. Like maybe he was undercover or something. I don't know.
I think Froggy was actually Kathleen Turner. She was younger. She's a child actress.
Another thing we're not going to get to this week, but people have been sending us these new pictures of Antarctica and it's the lakes and exposed bases and things like this. So we'll be looking into that too as well, guys. So some cool stuff you guys have been sending us, conspiracyhorseman@gmail.com. Sally, Squid, Aliens, Lovecraft.
So was it, again, wanted to talk, last week Ben had mentioned this, and I completely fucked up and did not mention.
Sorry to cut you off. Did you know last week was H.P. Lovecraft's birthday?
Lovecraft's birthday, yes. And I failed to announce that. But it's not technically his birthday because he's dead, so he doesn't get to have any more birthdays. It was the day of his birth. So in 2018, there was 33 researchers that published a theory that octopi were 33.
Oh.
I knew you guys would like that, see?
I like that.
Octopi didn't originate on Earth and are actually alien life forms. The idea wasn't just someone's blog. It was presented in a peer-reviewed journal. Okay, so that was number one. Basically, what it comes down to, I'm gonna really melt this down to bare bones. It's plausible, honestly. We could have been germinated. We could have been seeds that came off of a frozen comet, hit and everything, and
I saw
that's
something
how that shit starts.
they found THC on some comet fucking residue thing, that there was weed on some comet residue they found. Go ahead.
Well, that's the exact same thing. This could have come from anywhere else. Could have come from millions and billions of light years away, finally got to us, hit, and then created more life that wasn't supposed to be here. So the thing that we can go through all this and I can read all the scientific bullshit. However, the thing that really sticks out is the DNA in octopi are not of Earth DNA. There's no lineage after that, or before that, rather. Sorry. So it was just, now it's just like, where did that come from? So that's the question you got to ask yourself before you dismiss it and go, that's bullshit.
What about the Watchmen too? The end of the Watchmen there, where the guy's like in an alternate universe and he drops squid on people, the big squid to scare New York, and then there's these little rain clouds where there's tons of squid that come down and could kill everything.
Well, it's basically a symbol of things that it's the tentacles. It's a thing where people, it's not something we see daily. It's not something we are accustomed to seeing, the normal people. I'm just talking about just right off anybody else. To see that is unnerving. So it's used now, especially now. H.P. Lovecraft has become a huge, huge iconic presence in pop culture. So when you're watching Justice League, or you're watching like even Teen Titans and like little funny stuff, you get these weird, Cthulhu references, or just kind of something with tentacles. So now it's a thing. You got all these things have been. He was the godfather of it. You're right.
Ooh, look at that.
So he started that with, and the thing that gets me, that I get jazzed about, because this guy was thinking of this shit back in the 20s, 30s. He was born in the 1800s. Like back, 18,
Do you
19,
think that the War of the Worlds was stolen from him then, as far as what he was writing? And, no,
it was
had tentacles and were very squid-like as well.
Right.
Has been there. And even in that, that came out like maybe 5 or 6 years ago, it was like they bring in what's her tits to talk to the aliens. They've got
Independence Day.
No, it's way later than that. Maybe
Jodie Foster,
and they're
Contact,
like Contact, and they've got they
the bird-legged aliens.
Yeah, that kind of shit. So again, just repeated in what we think that way.
Well, now if you watch, there's a huge influx of otherworldly cosmic horror. Nothing terrestrial. And the thing is that it's supposed to be so mind raping that we cannot comprehend it. That's a big thing of H.P. Lovecraft's of his influence.
Arrival's the name of that.
Arrival, yeah, with the bird aliens. Contact was with Charlie Sheen, wasn't
it? No, that was I think that was her too, where she's sitting in the teardrop thing, and it's like the floor goes out from underneath her. That fucking shit. That was a fucking novel by what's his name from Jurassic Park and all that shit. Michael Crichton.
Michael Crichton. I don't know.
Well, listen, it isn't far-fetched that octopus can be from another planet. You know, I've sat back and thought to myself, what if all the species on this world, what if Noah's Ark story is true, but it wasn't a boat? What if it was an alien ship? And what if it wasn't just animals? What if it was a fleet of alien ships that brought all the species from different worlds onto this planet because of a destruction of a universe?
I see where you're going in the hypothetical, but I like dude, after the Saturnalia study we've done and the size of dinosaurs and thinking about gravity and plants and how massive they used to be and how things have ever changed. And, you know, we're going to get to the Planet X news of the week as I am the Pliz X division chiz. And we got a new story with that too, but that could all be in this squid. Who's to say they're not from another planet destroyed by whatever Planet X system of its own? And these squid can be frozen in space and time, travel through indefinitely, and then come crashing in, like you said, heated up in a Superman scenario, you know, from fucking Krypton. They hit the oceans and now they're fucking, you know, off to the races, making schools of them and populating everywhere for thousands and thousands of years, to the level where, look how far back the mythos goes, Salf, with sailors with giant squid being attacked. Kraken. And the Kraken and all that stuff. Like, absolutely right. Especially if we're coming out of, sure, we have great white sharks, but Megalodon and things like that. Why wouldn't we have that version of it squid wise? That would be a fucking terror to these guys, possibly.
But now, if you ask anyone who's at a saltwater tank and who has had an octopus, I guarantee they've had to take extra lengths to keep that fucking octopus in the tank because they escape every time.
Do they?
And yeah, they are like super
they're not that
fucking smart.
Well, they're not that fucking smart, are they? Because there's no water on the outside of the cocksucking tank, you moron.
But here's the thing. Like, if you watch, there's tons of videos where you see them, they're captured and the guys puts them in a bucket. You know, they capture them on a boat.
If they were
really up on a net.
Smart, oh yeah, I've seen them. They were smart. They get out, realize that they're fucked, and then get back in. That would show me how.
But that's the thing. They can't climb the fuck back up because usually these people. Anyway, the point is, they show these things just making their way out. They know what the fuck they know where to get out. And so again, like I said, and they're not that smart because I just fucking ate a shit ton of them this afternoon. So
it's so good when they're grilled on them.
They're delicious,
dude. Why is that? Why is octopus and calamari so fucking great?
So goddamn good. I had octopus and eel this afternoon. It was so goddamn good. Oh fuck.
I mean, look. Let's look at reality here for one quick second, right? Everyone's talking about space, or our final frontier, all these billions of planets. All of a sudden, all these different planets that are similar to Earth and have life. We've only touched 5% of the ocean. We don't even know what's down there. We don't know what the hell.
Where?
Down there.
That's right. Justin French says octopus can squeeze through super small holes, so they're probably going to stay away from your asshole. Yeah, your asshole's out of the question then on that one.
Guaranteed. Even though he likes all that ink all over it. But okay. Anyway, so I was reading the fried fish and chips. Look, man, it's not far-fetched to think that. I mean, look. It's weird how many different species there are on this planet. It's weird. And to me, that's why I even believe in further that there's a maker that made all these things. And we're just his toys or her toy. Actually, it has to be a him, because if it was a her, we'd be a lot less fucked up. But the creator whether it's Scuba Steve, Allah, God, whatever you want to call it, the creator of the universe, the creator of life and every species on this planet. I mean, look, man, it just adds to my belief because there's so much diversity. It's not just 5 things, millions of things, millions of things. It's like a kid with an open box of Legos just making things up. You know, when I play Legos with my kids, they're building houses, they're building this, they're finding all these pieces. I'm always building fucking spaceships. You know what I'm saying? They all look like fucking the triangle UFO ships, or they're looking like superstar destroyers because, you know, it wasn't printed from my head and what I like from sci-fi. You know, none of that Star Trek bullshit. No offense, Sal. But you know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, I'm being honest. So we don't know, but hey, whatever.
All right, as we switch it up, I'd like to see some data tested on them to see, you know, where do they range and how can they communicate some things that are interesting to me. But once I do see them, I'm like, fuck, I want to eat them.
They communicate with colors. They don't even they don't have a language. They communicate with the colors of their body. So
you have blue crypts, octopi, and red blood octopi. Word gangbang.
Don't step in the set on the Atlantic set. Don't have that Pacific shit. We don't play that shit over here, son.
Friend, that's not a fucking replica belt, you piece of shit. That's this right here is a toy belt that my kids gave me for Father's Day. So that's all it is. It's a piece of plastic on costume leather, and it says World Champ #1 on it because I'm their #1 dad. When you find somebody who's not 46 and imaginary in Canada, and you actually have sex for the first time, maybe you'll spark out some kids. Hopefully not, for humanity's sakes, because everyone's going to be, and your fucking breed, going to be making left turns, and that's all they're going to do.
All of his sperm's going to left turn right out of her can.
When the kid comes out, both the eyes are always looking left all the time. He's always just fucking left. Oh, they call him Lefty. In Planet X news, Briz, asteroid could strike Earth before Election Day, but won't cause major damage, NASA says. If you thought 2020 couldn't get any more dramatic, think again. The National Aeronautics and Space Administration of Nazis predicts that an asteroid with 0.41% chance of hitting the Earth will pass by our planet November 2nd, the day before the U.S. Election Day. But you shouldn't worry about the asteroid doing any real damage, says NASA. NASA was quick to point out. Asteroid 2018 VP1 is a small approximate 6.5 feet and poses no threat to Earth. NASA Asteroid Watch tweeted Sunday it currently has a 0.41% chance of entering our planet's atmosphere, but if it did, it would disintegrate due to its extremely small size. 28 VP1
too.
Yes,
that's what she said.
Tic Tac Dick was first discovered in November 2018 from the Palomari Observatory in San Diego, whale's vagina. WGME reported at the time it was 450,000 kilometers, 280,000 miles away from Earth. Science Alert had explained, but it follows a 2-year orbital cycle and is currently headed back in our direction. It's expected to pass within just less than 5,000 kilometers of the Earth, or 3,100 miles, which is close for a celestial object. And the reason it has one in a 1 in 240 chance of hitting us, the Center for Near Earth Object study, from NASA's Jet Propulsion Lab said there were 3 potential impacts, according to the Independent, based on 21 observing points in 12.9 days.
Calling you right now, boys. Your boy Elon Musk has those satellites up there to ping that fucking comet right into the White House to take Trump out right before the election day so he can get Biden in.
Like, why if you got death rays and energy weapons, why wouldn't you fucking do the fucking zap on that?
It's the natural occurrence that a meteor hit Trump. And if it doesn't hit Trump, they'll blame Trump. So
here we are, though. Never in our childhood were we getting hit with asteroids today as like a news and right into the fucking news cycle with the voting stuff. So it plays right in so they can start conditioning more Planet X things. What did we have last week, Sally?
What did we have last week?
We had the weakening of the fucking magnetic poles where more fucking radiation is
no
getting
threat.
out of nowhere. This just happened. The Earth's magnetic polarity weakened at the center, and undetected huge amounts of radiation that we've never seen before. But we're not sure why that happened. Oh, by the way,
it's
coming
absolutely
to
served no threat.
meteors, like, dude.
And by the time it gets to us, it'll be such an insignificant impact. It won't affect anything. Now,
but what about
just
the
in
four
this
after
passing?
that to build it up? Like, next one's like, this one might have a little significant impact. Then
Right.
they're
They're going to
afraid.
start naming them, and then they'll have meteor specialists on the news to come on with their fun little fucking facts about meteors. Well, this is what I want to say. So we had a storm not long ago, a couple weeks back. Okay. And PPL is our local energy people. PPL in New Jersey, everybody was ahead of time. Before this storm came, they were contacting customers saying, hey, guys, we're going to lose power. If you can fucking predict this, can't you stop that?
Yeah.
So now this storm came in and fucked up everything. It fucked up so much. It washed out bridges. It did this. It did that. Everybody lost power. People lost power for months. They're still out. They're just getting power back now. So again, this happens. To me, it seemed like they had guys ready. They were set to lose this power. Why did they know? And I feel like this meteor thing, the asteroid thing, it's going to be the same thing. Hey guys, this doesn't mean anything. This will be nothing. So the next one that comes in will be, well, we're going to lose a little power because of sunspots and there'll be some shielding going on, and they'll throw out some new buzzwords like fucking thunder snow. And each fucking season will come out with a new little fun fucking buzzword for you.
That's
so you can go,
thunder
snow.
We got Thunderdome. I want thunder snow in the goddamn Thunderdome.
That was a real thing. Remember that happened? We had all those storms. So you got thunderstorms in the middle of a snowstorm. Now it's thunder snow, and it became fucking great. And it was their catchphrases. That's all this is going to be. Like Philly, the Philly News. They do all these little fun fucking things on the storm coming through. We got these two hurricanes that are going to fucking hit at the same time. It's going to be great. It's a Sharknado. It'll be fucking wonderful.
Hold on.
So
hold on. I got a breaking report. New buzzword from CNN and ESPN, and it's Justin Friend's a cunt. That's the buzzword.
Yeah, that's
it's a cunt-nado.
Finally, they're covering something worth covering at this time. Finally they get their stuff wired right. But I think we're going to see more and more Planet X division, warm-up matches, get-over matches strong that just become part of our normal news cycle. And I think you're 100% right. There's going to be the new astrological everyday or astronomy everyday chica, big-titted Latina chick telling you about incoming asteroids while she's showing her asteroids off on fucking camera in a tight blue dress. The spooky brother. The spooky brother. What is a quince? And we're gonna keep it strong here at Conspiracy Horseman. Twitch.tv/Conspiracy Horseman. We'll be back in the morning. Stevie and I probably. I think he'll be looking for a distraction based on what's going down in his life. If not, I'll find a co-host to jump on to read down more wrestling bullshit. But glad to work 3-man with my Conspiracy Horseman brother, just like when Sal turned on Gwiz. We're back at it with me and GGP over strong. And that's just how we do it. Infidels, they can't keep us off of whatever platform because we're the underground. Well, everything else becomes more and more sold out. You'll know when we do it because we'll be living life and really showing some bullshit, not telling the truth. And we're hopeful for that day to come soon enough. Sally, what do you got going on Horror Junkyard wise? Are we streaming live right here at twitch.tv/Conspiracy Horseman, or do you want people to go over to your Twitch channel? What's up?
No, what is going on? We recorded last night. We just did it, so that'll be up soon. Chuck is tonight. He is at a wedding.
Okay.
A friend of ours, who the fuck has a wedding on a fucking Wednesday, but that's happening right now. He's at a fucking wedding.
He's Justin Friends is marrying his Canadian bride via Zoom, and he has to be there to perform the ceremony.
I now pronounce you man and Hey.
I now pronounce you man and Canuck.
You may kiss her.
So now you may send her bits.
Yeah.
So yeah, we recorded last night and we had a little HP Lovecraft talk. And we covered cheerleading camp, which is probably one of the top worst movies we've covered.
I think I saw that on Pornhub earlier today. It was okay.
No, you didn't. I guarantee you didn't because it was garbage.
Okay.
Then there's no porn, no tits. It was awful.
They were some of the oldest cheerleaders I'd seen. It was early 90s, but they were cheering.
So horrible.
They really liked the team. They were really big supporters of the team. And
yeah, so we had a couple guys call in, use the new hotline, the Horror Junkyard hotline. Big Evil Pops gave us some amazing content to talk about. So that was really kind of cool. So
what is that? 207
207.
Sorry.
Right? 207-261-0008.
All right.
Is the Horror Junkyard hotline. And you can still get us at the Horror Junkyard at protonmail.com, the secure CERN server. I again want to shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for the voicemails and all the emails you guys have been sending. Chuck is going to be starting video game live stream on Twitch. Don't ask me the address because I don't know. But it's going to be on after Horsemen. I don't know. But Chuck is going to be doing that. We're going to do Resident Evil. He's going to be covering a bunch of the horror series. We might do some stuff together. If we might do World War Z just to try it out.
You said you're doing Resident Evil. There's a video game about marriage.
Yeah,
it's called
bam, bam, bam. It's a shit suit. So yeah, we got some stuff coming up, and we're hoping that you guys you guys have been really cool about supporting us. So thank you guys very much.
Yeah, man, we love seeing that part of this brand expand out there into the D&D realm. I know Schaffer was interested in that as well.
I got to talk to him. I got to send him a DM.
I mean, another great producer to have on the squad that way. Innovating, great content, you guys, in your corner of the Horror Junkyard comic book world. I'm not sure where you're on your illustrations with Stevie's stuff. I know you were working on that too, man. So appreciate all the great creativity you add to the brand, dude. And DGP, you guys as well. I saw new Force Order stuff dropping. You guys were burying the 501st, all that kind of shit. So we got Civil War going on inside the Empire's forces here from different battalions, seeing who's the toughest to be deployed.
Sure. We went back to the old format. We're doing the long shows again, making it a lot easier for Maddie. And but also because people actually like the long format, coincidentally. So whatever, we tried something, it didn't work.
It didn't work. It just worked. Something seemed to work a little bit better.
Whatever. We had 2 guests on last night. We had Chris Feehan, friend of the show. It's like his 5th time on. He's the head of the Empire City Garrison for the 501st Legion here in New York. They're doing like a virtual bingo where they're raising funds for the Cerebral Palsy Association here on Long Island. I think on the 27th of September. All the links are going to be on the show, and a link to the podcast. When we drop the links, you guys can just click it and they'll be there. And we also had cosplayer Fluke Skywalker. This guy blew up like an internet viral sensation because he looks just like old man Luke Skywalker. Sweetheart of a guy. Had a great time talking with him. He also does a lot of charity work for Ronald McDonald House. So you guys can go check him out. Just go on Facebook, type in Fluke Skywalker. He has a page, and all his links are on his page. He said just hit him up. He does like birthday shout outs to sick kids via Zoom and all this cool stuff. So it's pretty cool. Listen there, Plaga. Luke Skywalker and Han Solo didn't get married, my friend. That's Star Trek. Okay, not Star Wars. Star Wars, Han Solo married his sister. Princess
And
Leia.
Luke went to the island to kayfabe his own homosexuality for years and
Stop with this fake news nonsense.
Dude, it's every Vatican priest story.
Listen,
and then he's sucking off the tits of fucking weird blue whales and shit on the side of them. Like, come on, bro.
Let's face facts here. All right. Star Wars is the greatest brand of all time. Case in point, they can still put out shit like that and make $1 billion.
The whole thing is that Luke is a closet case whose father never loved him, and so that's the whole end of the story.
Whatever. If that's what you take out of it, it's fine with you. It is what it is. I'm not going to knock you for your opinion. Anyhow, check us out. It'll be dropping tomorrow. We changed Tatooine to just a YouTube exclusive show. So Doc does his show just on YouTube because people were complaining. Obviously, when they listen to the podcast, they don't have a visual of what he's showing. We were hoping you fucking scumbags would go both to YouTube and listen to the podcast. But you mouth breathers fucking can't do two things at once. So enjoy it on YouTube. Go subscribe, like, hit the notification bell, comment. It's New Force Order. That's the name of the YouTube page. So that's
Awesome.
basically it. Yeah, man.
Well, we look forward to seeing, obviously as new Mandalorians and everything start up, we'll have all the most inside news of anything that's going on there. New Force Order. Go ahead.
Since we're all big Batman fans, what do you guys think of the trailer of
No,
Batman?
no,
I didn't get to see it yet, so I'll have an opinion next week.
no.
Okay. We'll talk about it next week.
Plenty of homework to do, infidels, and we appreciate you sending those videos out there. It's just Swamp, our boy with your daily gray alien, a great subscribe there for a quick laugh and to see more artwork, and obviously keeping you in the loop with the latest inside news on everything that goes on in the underground. Larry Agner, another great bloodhound for us out there, tagging us on things and the hottest news stories. And it comes in from everywhere. So we appreciate you guys, whether it's Instagram, El Plage over there running Hameen Media Group at Hameen Media Group's propaganda department. Coming up with a new wrong style shirt he just sent me, Japanese wrong style for prowrestlingtees.com/Ben Hameen and /Greek God Papadon /SEG shirts and /BWO Steer. Stevie Richards, he's just Stevie Richards on there. We're thinking about him, man, as he's got to do one of the toughest things, especially on National Dog Day. To lose one is tough, man. So shout out to all the dogs of war out there. If you got one at home, get those extra belly rubs in, give them that treat, and let them know it's going down because we ride or die around here. That's right. Give them some extra water to slurp on in the background. We're doing it real big, whether it's ZordosOliveOil.com or the Broasters coffee.com, whether it's Star Trek or Star Wars, whether you're getting murdered by the lakeside. Go ahead, GGP.
I was gonna say, don't you think it's a little messed up that unfortunately Stevie has to go through this, putting down one of his pets on National fucking Dog Day, yet fucking Justin French is still breathing oxygen on this fucking planet. I think it's a big situation.
I also want to say that me and Tommy Dreamer are opening up a restaurant, Star Wars theme. We're going to call it Fatooine.
Nice.
So be first in line. Be the first to give the Yelp review there. And we're here. We're always shooting first, baby, at twitch.tv/Conspiracy Horsemen. Big Salala, GGP, and Hacker Hameen. We're out of here, infidels.